You say Vuçiq has threatened you personally?
Yes.
What has he said exactly?
He said that I was a Muslim lobbyist and that he was going to investigate me. So
what do you say to them?
Yeah, we do have to work with Serbia, and I will work with Serbia. If Vuçiq wants to meet with me to discuss how we get forward progress on this, my door is open to him. He will also apologise for threatening me. But the difference is we should not have a Belgrade-centred approach.
You say Vuçiq has threatened you personally?
Yes.
What has he said exactly?
He said that I was a Muslim lobbyist and that he was going to investigate me. Let's be very clear. This is dangerous rhetoric. The use of the word Muslim as a weaponised term, this is exactly what we should be taking a stand against.
You are suffering in your skin something that Kosovars have been historically told by Milosevic. Muslim terrorist. He's defending Christianity of Europe against these Muslim terrorists. 1 million people were expelled from home, including myself, and only due to British troops and NATO troops we are back here. What does it feel like? Basically, you explain that this is a denial of Kosovo. How do you explain that countries like Russia and Serbia are so offended by the will of Ukrainians and Kosovars for an independent state? How do we overcome this propaganda?
Unfortunately, they are countries who quite often, because of domestic turbulence and domestic unrest, seek to secure their own political positions, their autocratic positions, by escalating tensions in the near abroad. But you know what? I can't explain why they do what they do, because it seems inherently wrong to me. It goes against self-determination. It goes against every security interest that Serbia should have. Kosovo is not a threat to Serbia. Ukraine is not a threat to Russia. But when they illegally invade, when they undermine, when they threaten, when they support terrorist attacks, they are undermining their security. But there is no legitimate reason that I can find for any of the narratives pursued between Putin or Vučić.
To be fair, we have done investigations how Milan was working with the Albanian criminal groups, organized crime, corruption, in securing all sorts of building projects, building villas in a region which is a national park in Kosovo. He's been investigated for this, and he's been held by Albanian criminal groups. Do you think that Kosovo is complicit in the end? Kosovo is not that naive, it's complicit for allowing Milan to exist.
So that's not actually something I've ever had given to me as information before. So I'm very happy to take it away and look at it. I think anyone that aids and abets a terrorist group and an individual who has terror in his heart should face justice. But I can't comment on something where I haven't ever seen those before, I'm afraid.
Okay, the other side of the coin is the Serbs of the north are really are expressing their concern and uncomfortableness with so many police forces being in the north. How do you think Kosovo should overcome it when we know a normal police officer gets killed? They don't want special police. Without special police, Kosovars say you cannot manage the north. Where do we go from this catch-22 situation?
I think it's enormously difficult, and it's something we faced in Northern Ireland. It's different, but there are lessons we can learn. I really struggle with this because when I first met with Kurti a long time ago, many months ago, I raised with him the Kosovo Serbs. You know, how are you making sure they feel empowered? Is there a domestic, internal, national dialogue? You know, what are you doing to engage with them, to support them? And I think it is absolutely fundamental. You know, the government of Kosovo in Pristina, they should be able to represent all of Kosovo. And I want to make sure that that dialogue is happening. I also want to make sure that no Kosovo Serb is living under the threat of organised crime groups trying to control their lives. And I have met with many Kosovo Serbs while I have been here, and it has been a privilege to listen to their voices and to hear their views. I've made sure I've met with the opposition. I've met with Kosovo police. Kosovo police that I have met so far, and everything I've heard about them, they are exceptional. They are high quality, they respect human rights, and we train them, of course, from the UK. So they have my full confidence. It takes time to build that trust. But from everything I have seen and understand from the surveys of the public, trust in the north from Kosovo police is increasing. And we saw they stepped in. When they stepped in on the 24th of September, where a life was lost, that wasn't just to defend the south. That wasn't just to defend Albanian Kosovars. The Kosovo police were acting to protect everyone across the whole of the country.